Welcome to How to Cook That. I'm Reardon and today we're making chocolate handbags. Firstly, you'll need to print out the template from the howtocookthat.net website and I'll link to that below. Cut out a chocolate transfer sheet in a rectangle shape, or if you don't have a transfer sheet it's okay, you can just use plain clear plastic instead. Now cut all of the other shapes except for the triangles out of textured plastic so that we can get a pattern on the chocolate. And again, you can just use plain plastic here instead. Just make sure that the plastic that you use is thick enough to be flexible, but also thick enough to be firm. So when you've got the weight of the chocolate on it, it's not just going to collapse on you. Start with the two end pieces and cover them in some tempered chocolate, or if you don't want to temper your chocolate, you can just use compound chocolate, which has no cocoa butter in it. Just check the ingredients. Once it's covered, move it to a new space so that you just have chocolate on the shape and not all around the edge. Then when it's firm enough to touch, but it's not fully set, flip it over and smooth around the edges using your knife. Leave it to set and then peel off the texture mat and you have the chocolate with that pattern set into it. Spread out some more chocolate fairly thickly on some non-stick baking paper, and once it's dry to touch but still soft, cut out your two triangles and then let them set firmly. Warm the base of a saucepan and gently press one side of your triangle onto it, and then press that melted side onto the non-patterned side of your chocolate. And that's just going to make like a stand so that it can stand up on its own. Do that again with the other one, and then once they are completely set, we're on to our next step. We need to spread chocolate over the transfer sheet. Now the transfer sheets have a pattern on them which is made out of coloured cocoa butter, and when you spread the warm chocolate onto it, it's melting that coloured cocoa butter, and then when it sets again, when the chocolate goes cool, then the pattern stays on the chocolate instead of on the plastic. Lift your sheet onto a clean piece of baking paper so that you just have those straight edges of the rectangle. And then in the centre, add the sides right near the edge with the textured side facing outwards and the stand pointing into the middle. Take each end of your transfer sheet and wrap it up and around the side pieces, making sure that it's pressing onto them. We don't want gaps in our bag. And then pinch it together at the top. Now you're going to hold this in place until it's firm enough for you to let go. Once it's completely set, peel off your transfer sheet and you can see how that pattern has just stayed beautifully there on the chocolate and come off the plastic. Now we want to trim off those extra bits from along the top. Take a hot knife and patiently let it melt into the chocolate. You'll need to keep heating your knife until that piece comes free. Then you can fill your bag with whatever surprise you like. Put your ideas of what you think would be cool inside in the comments. I'm just filling it with chocolate truffles here. Take the shape for the top of your bag and cover that in chocolate, just like we did for the previous pieces, and then lift it up. And while it is still not set, so it still needs to be able to be melted on top so it will attach to the bag, but make sure it's not too runny because you don't want it to drip all over your bag. Flip it over and curve it in your hand and then apply it to the top of the bag there. And again, you're going to need to hold that in place until the chocolate is firm because that plastic is wanting to straighten up. Once it's set, you can then peel the plastic off. Now take the long strip and cover that in chocolate, lift it up and bend it over and add it to the top of your bag, attaching it on each side. Now I've also cut a circle from the texture mat. You can use a chocolate button here if you'd prefer. Cover it in chocolate, then move it to a new spot. And once it's set, peel off your plastic and dust it with some edible gold luster dust. And you can get this at cake decorating stores. Then just add a bit of melted chocolate to the back and add it to the front of your bag. If you want, you can also add luster to the top of the bag. Just tip it over while you do so it doesn't go all over the patterned part. And you can get different looking bags by using different transfer sheets and different coloured chocolate, and you can personalise it to make it just how you want it to be. Subscribe to How to Cook That for more crazy sweet creations. Click here for last week's handbag cake, here to go to the channel, and here for the website to get the template. Put all of your requests in the comments below. Have a great week and I'll see you on Friday.
I just can't stop singing. Oh, how baby